Today I'm going to show you the simplest and fastest way to do lead capture and instant automation, so you don't need to have 10 different kind of apps or need hours to set it up. It's all going to be done in Zapier, and in the end going to look like this. We're going to use Zapier interfaces, and we're just going to go on the interface part. We're going to create a new interface. We have templates to use for, so we can also build chatbots inside of it. But today we're just going to go down here, take the lead capture, we open it, and then you can see this interface. And you have a contact us page and a thank you. And you can create as many pages as you want to, and you can also route them in this way you want it to. So you could, for example, have the first an onboarding thing, then you can have a chatbot that finds information, and then have the lead capture, all done in Zapier. And we also have tables and Zaps. The tables are basically our own database where we can store the information to use later in other automation ways, and the Zaps is just to connect Zapier with other things. And in this tutorial we're going to connect it with Notion, because we're going to handle all our CRM purposes inside of Notion. But if you have a team, you can also use Asana or anything, and that's the nice part about it. You don't have to use 10 different apps, you just use Zapier and all is done for you. Also, you can customize this thing as much as you want to and create it in a way that looks appealing to you, your website and styling. But for that, you need to have the premium version of Zapier interfaces, which costs around $20 a month. And with that, you also get a custom domain. So you don't get like lead capture minus Zapier.app, but your domain / lead capture. So it's easier to integrate. And you can also integrate on your website itself. For example, if you look at sharing, you just get this embedding part where you then can just embed the code and everything is handled right there for you. So let's just go on the contact side, and then you can see how you can customize it. So you have, for example, this upper part where you can write something. You can have down our lead capture, but you can also add more components with all these examples for media or chatbots or payment options, all done for you. So you don't have to code anything or design. It's really, really simple. So for our example, we're just going to try to capture the first name, the last name, the email, but we're going to get rid of this notes part. So we're going to edit and just remove the field, and then added a new field where we're going to create a new field in the table, and we call it interests. And instead of a short text, we use a drop down, and this drop down we're going to use AI. All those options. And if you do drop downs, you don't do like a comma, but you just put it underneath. And then we create a field, and it automatically creates this field in our table. So we don't have to do anything else. Then we can go back, click on our tables, and we see we automatically have the field created. Then we delete the notes field. And we can try this out. So we open it in the browser. We give in our information, we choose our interest, we say we're interested, and we automatically get routed to our thank you page. And you can do the routing as much and as simple as you want to. And then we're going to do the fun part. We're going to the automations, so the Zaps. So we don't have to integrate another app or make it too complicated, but just have all our automation needs in one simple place. In this Zap, we just have the lead capture itself, so the trigger when information is sent, and then Zapier would send us an email informing us about the lead that has come in. But we can also connect this with something like Slack, so if the new lead comes in, it chooses which person should contact them. For example, you have like a big sales team, it can automatically send a Slack information to the person in your sales team and gives them information about the lead and tell them to contact them. But right now we're just going to do it with Notion. So we're going to look for the Notion integration. We will choose an event, which is create a database item. We connect our account, which is just one click. And then we choose the database, which in this example would be leads. And then we have to find out the content that we received. So we go back, we choose the value. This was sent before in our test. We can click continue. We test the trigger. And we see the information that was received. We can use the record that was selected, and then we go back to our actions. And here you have to think, you have to do everything manually. No, you just have to assign each part. So for example, we captured this information of the last name, which is like the line in the lead, but Zapier doesn't know what this means. But when you say, yeah, this is the last name, so we add it to it, for the next time in the same field, he will also add it in automatically. So he just assign things. So Zapier can get context from the fields you add. And then we do the same thing with the first name, the email, and what they want, so their interest. Then we can continue, we test the action, see if it works, and Zapier says it does. We can go back to Notion, and we see it has been added to our CRM. And this is the easiest and fastest way to build any kind of contact form, and I hope you enjoyed it, and tell me if you tried it out and what kind of automations or advancements you wanted to do with it. And if you liked it, then like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.